Let us now hear the message of the newly installed group commander and subsequently introduce the presiding general officer. Please welcome Colonel Ferdinand Rey, GGA, Masters National Security Administration, Artillery, Philippine Army.
Good morning, everyone. Malapit na po tayong mag-lunch, so I'm just going to make my part short. But before that, I would like to acknowledge yung ating mga main participants dito, and of course, our General Presiding Officer, Major General FELIPE, sir. I'm going to formally introduce you later. And also to my predecessor, my Mnsa, very snappy, Colonel Ricky BUNAYOG, and also Madam Jo BUNAYOG and family. To the ready reserve units na nandito ngayon, mga commanders natin, my apologies kung hindi ko kayo lahat I would like to personally call on you so we can interact. And I would also to acknowledge yung mga nakasama ko in my career. Nakikita ko dito ngayon. First is yung mga mista ko, si Josel Di Guzman, ang ating eco-mate, company mate ko sa PMA. Bok, thank you for coming and for gracing this occasion. And also to Colonel Peter Borgonio, ang ating deputy ng Army Intelligence Regiment. Colonel Pat Amata, yung kapitbahay ko sa office. And also Major Saludo. And also to my wife, May. Thank you for being here and for being my inspiration. I would like to also acknowledge Colonel Jampulo, Colonel Jason Bahid, Colonel Markton Abo, Colonel Nuto, makasama kami sa SF noon. And then also si Colonel Alex Cadano. He was my battalion XO when I was the battalion commander of the 4th Field Artillery Battalion. Then also Colonel Ray Cruz, my classmate when I was taking up my intelligence schooling and also my advance. My apologies kung hindi ko kayo lahat mapangalangan ma-acknowledge, but this is my, hopefully we can work it out together, no? Then, of course, first of all, I would like to express my thanks to our Army leadership, to the CDPA, the Vice Commander, the Chief of Staff, and also to our RESCOM Commander for their trust and confidence in me, in my designation as the Group Commander of this very snappy and very prestigious CDG of the RESCOM. Currently, I am also the Chief of the Office of the International Military Affairs. So I was surprised yesterday when all of a sudden I was being told that I am going to be designated as the Group Commander of this unit. Because right now we are preparing for the arrival of a very distinguished visitor. We are going to host a 4-star general from the Indonesian Army. And he will be arriving tomorrow, early in the morning. And as the Chief of the Office of International Military Affairs, it is my principal duty to look into the hospitality arrangement and all the protocol needed to ensure that the visit will be a success. Of course, yun nga, isa sa mga qualities ko na nadadala, siguro characteristic na nadadala ko when I'm working with the Office of the International Military Affairs is yung think international, no? Think connections. What is the purpose of these things that we are doing? Like for example, at UWIMA, we have to be deliberate kung ano yung what is the type of gift na bibigay mo sa iyong bisita? What is the strategic goal? Like for this visit, of course, the strategic intent is to make the visit meaningful to the visitor, so that it will lead to a more strengthening of our bilateral relations with the Indonesian Army. Kaya we look on those things, those small details. Kaya siguro sir, isa yan sa mga dadalhin ko na baon ko dito. Yung looking into the little details that will have big impact and also yung purposiveness ng ating mga activity. Okay? Then, sa UWIMA, sa office ko, we've been closely also in contact with the Army Attaché, mga Foreign Affairs Attaché. And we've been closely monitoring this ongoing conflict in Ukraine. And isa sa mga discussion namin is, dito sa ongoing conflict natin sa Ukraine, it shows the importance of our ready reserve force. Look at Ukraine, what's going on there. Ordinaryo na mga tao, wives, artists, yung hindi man lang nakahawak ng mga baril, they are right now in the front line, defending their homeland against Russia's aggression. And what if that incident or that conflict in Ukraine will happen in our backyard with the rising tension in between Taiwan and China? And of course, USA, we have a mutual defense treaty with the USA. That will happen. It is most likely that the US will invoke the NDT and they will put their troops here in the Philippines, and we will become a target of the other party. So it will be us, the ordinary citizens, who will be defending our homeland. Okay? Then at the same time, I am also the commandant of the pamantasan ng lungsod ng Valenzuela. I volunteered to take that post in support to my classmate and also in support to the ROTC. And I bring with me my entire staff sa OBIMA. So we consider the office, my office, we consider the PLB then as our involvement in the ROTC of the PLB as something of a community outreach program of the office to make a meaningful contribution to the development of the ROTC. It so happened that during the past 2 years, naging online yung instruction namin sa ROTC, but the last time that we met with the NSTP director, Mr. Rumo, then he told us that na-appreciate ng school yung ginagawa ng team namin, yung training staff namin sa PLB. And he also informed me that from 600 or 700 na enrollees, by this incoming semester, maging 1,200 na daw yung mag-enroll sa ROTC. It's a very good development. Okay? Now, then he really appreciate us because he said, sir, nakita namin yung dedication and commitment ninyo sa ROTC program. Even though it's a pandemic, every training day, nandoon kayo sa virtual room, supervising the instruction. Even pati yung tactical officers ko, I'm closely supervising them. Hindi sila pwede mag-absent for any no valid reason. And with that, sir, yung dedication and commitment are also one of my baon dito sa Ncrrcdg. Okay. So with that, hearing the accomplishments of my predecessor, it seems very daunting yung accomplishment ni, parang there's no more room for improvement. But I congratulate you both for doing your best here at hearing that. Parang I have to set the bar higher talaga, no? Very high. And I like yung sinabi kanina ng ating executive officer about yung triple R, yung about ROTC. And I would like to also have my own paradigm with that, in relation to that. I would like to get the new management principles on the reinvent, redesign, and restructure. Perhaps we have to look into that. And for us, sa lahat ng mga kasundulahan natin dito sa Ncrrcdg is we need to also do the 3R. Rethink, redo, and reassess or revise. No? Personally, yun ang gagawin natin. And sa outside is to reinvent, redesign, and restructure, re-engineer for the better. Because we need to think not only local, not only national, we also to think international. No? How can we make our par with our international counterparts? So level up, and we will be guided by the Army Transformation Roadmap for that. I would like to anchor my leadership philosophy in leading this command by the word synergy. Okay. I would like to anchor that synergy. ROTC attractive for the youth. No? Then N is for noble service. I would like to request for all soldiers of the Ncrrcdg to exercise this noble service, yung dedication and commitment. E is for engagement and alliance. R, ito na yung sinabi ko, re-engineer, redesign, and reinvent for the better. We have a tall task ahead because of ang ganda ng accomplishment ni Colonel BUNAYOG. But with us together, thinking for what's good for this unit, I think we can move forward and do some more. Okay? Then G is for good governance. Good governance. Malalim ito. Kung titingnan natin yung definition nito sa United Nations, kasama na dyan yung rule of law and all those things. Good governance. No? Napakalalim nito. Then Y is yung learning. How can we be more responsive to the needs of the people here in NCR? No? We have to be adaptive to the needs of the community here in the NCR. So with that, I would like to close my message by, again, this would be the battle cry. My battle cry for this unit is synergy. And with that, I look forward, I look ahead in working with you, and may we have fruitful endeavors, and we can move forward and accomplish more for the Ncrrcdg. Thank you.